Seriously? Where are you? I said, oh no, oh no, oh no, come over here, Tay. Tay, I know this. You're not getting away this time. Get over here. I'm faster than you. I'm stronger than. Ow! What is wrong with you? You gotta swing me to it, Tay.
It was a prank. It was a prank. Go where?
Need. You have 5 seconds. Five,
One.
two. You don't trust me? Okay, Tay. Domain expansion. No.
As he suggested.
So what's missing?
Television?
Here, sketch with me to give to the FBI.
It's a 19-inch RCA serial number 1993IH. Do you think you can get it back?
We'll try.
It's a stereo, all of our records, including my autographed James Brown Payback album.
It's a collector's item. Talk about me.
What?
Steaks, hamburgers, hot dogs, bologna.
Can you find out who did this?
There's a lot of crime.
I think we should get a dog.
For the umpteenth time, Chris, we are not getting a dog.
Kid's right. If you really want to protect the house, guard dog is the best way to go.
I think he likes you, Dad.
That's like me. They're 35 hours after vaccinated and do it.
Now we know why he's brown. Can we name him?
Black.
But he's brown.
You black and you brown.
This dog needs to be trained to protect this house. This is Chris's idea. It's his responsibility to feed him, bathe him, walk him, clean up his mess.
Jump. Jump.
I tried monkey see, monkey do, which is useless with a dog.
Like, stop, back.
Thanks, man.
No problem.
Every time I command him, he doesn't do anything.
Speaks Puerto Rican.
I don't know. That's too bad. So you think you can teach me some Spanish so I can train him? Sure. Negrito, bájate, siéntate.
What's that?
Training the dog in Spanish.
Why?
It's part of the attack dog training. Like, you can only talk to a German Shepherd in German. So the Puerto Rican way.
So what's missing?
The television?
Here, eyes.
Hey, Black Shirts, I know. Hi there. Yes, I was just wondering who was my insurance. I think my dog's Charger. All right, give me 1 second. Hey, boss, I got somebody on the line, and he wants a quote for his Dodge Charger. Dodge Charger? Wait, hold on. Is it a Hellcat? I'm not sure. Let me ask. All right, man. Is it a Dodge Charger Hellcat? Yes, it is. Yeah. Boss, he said it's a Hellcat. Oh, it is a Hellcat? Okay, 400. Oh, 400. Oh, wow. Wow. That's a little high. No, I mean, that's just as much as a car payment. All right, let me tell you something, okay? When somebody calls and they say they want to insure their Hellcat usually gets stolen within about a month of them calling. That's why we charge what we charge. That makes total sense. Okay, let me tell you. All right, man, I'm back, and I just got the fucking truck. He said you're looking at about 400. Whoa, wait, hold on. Did you say 400? And that's my payment for the car? No, I'm not gonna do that, man. That's way too much. Okay, yeah, I totally get it. I mean, if it's too high, we can always work out a little package deal. So do you perhaps have another vehicle you want to add on to your insurance? Yeah, I mean, I guess we could have my wife's car. Perfect. Okay. All right, let's see here. What kind of car does she drive? She drives a 2012 Nissan Altima. Perfect. Okay, let me put you on hold one more time. I'm going to talk to my boss real quick. Hold on. Hey, boss, so he actually wants to do the package deal and he wants to add another vehicle onto his insurance. Oh, okay, yeah. Hopefully it's not another Hellcat, though, because if it is, yeah, I don't want to be in his shoes. I mean, I really don't know what's worse than insuring a Hellcat. Anyway, what kind of car is it, man? So he said it's a 2012 Nissan Altima. What did you just say? He said it's a 2012 Nissan Altima. 1,000. Wait, 1,000? No, you're kidding, right? Are you serious? Remember what I said earlier about what could be worse than a Hellcat? Well, there's your answer. A Nissan Altima, especially a 2012. Wait, why? You seriously don't know why? How did we even hire you? Okay, anyway, look, I want you to do me a favor, okay? I want you to get back on the line with him and tell him if there's any missing tail lights or missing bumpers, okay? Just do that for me. Okay, I'll ask him. Alright, I'm back. Sorry, I just have like a weird, odd question, but is there any missing tail lights or bumpers on the Nissan Altima? Oh, well, believe it or not, yeah, it does. It actually has a missing headlight, a missing tail light, and the back bumper, it's like half on, so whenever she drives, it just scrapes down the road. Like, you can hear it from a mile away. It's kind of funny. 1 minute, please. How did you know that? How do you not know? Hey, sir, listen, I'm gonna put you on hold real quick. I got another person on the line right now, okay? Oh, okay, wait, hold on, but what about the Nissan? How much am I looking at there? 1,000.
1,000? No, I'm not gonna do that.
Thank you, Black Shirts. I'm gonna help you. Hi, yes, I'm just calling to see how much insurance would be on my PT Cruiser. Hey, boss, I got another person on the line, and he's wanting a quote for his PT Cruiser. I mean, it probably is gonna be too much, since it's a PT Cruiser, so... Oh, 600. 600 for a PT Cruiser? Why?
This is why you.
I've been pretending to be a man for 20 years, but that night I was forced to share a bed with a stranger. For 20 years, I've lived as a man, working as a waiter in a luxury hotel for the rich. In a world so cruel and unfair to women, pretending to be a man was the only way to survive. And for 20 years, no one ever suspected a thing. They all thought I was just a thin, quiet man. I kept everything perfectly organized, worked diligently, and followed every rule. After work, I'd return to my tiny dorm room, count the day's tips, and carefully hide away my savings. Until that day, when the hotel owner hired a painter and decided he'd stay in my room. I refused again and again, but there was nothing I could do. That night, I waited until he fell asleep before sneaking back in. When I saw that my hidden money was untouched, I finally breathed a sigh of relief. Still fully dressed, I lay down to rest, but a sudden itch woke me up. A flea was crawling across my skin. I had no choice but to unbutton my shirt, and at that exact moment, he woke up. The secret I had kept for 20 long years was instantly exposed. Panic surged through me. I begged him not to tell anyone. If he went to the police, a poor woman like me would have no chance of surviving. I didn't want to end up in a poorhouse. He told me not to kneel, to stop crying. I was terrified, but thankfully he wasn't a bad man. He understood how hard my life had been, and promised not to reveal my secret to anyone. Still, my heart couldn't calm down. The next day I tried to be kind to him, hoping it would ease my fear. He noticed my unease. Suddenly he turned around, closed the door, and began unbuttoning his own shirt. I've been pretending.
A man accidentally threw a discus, never thinking it would hit a student in the throat, killing John instantly. To avoid responsibility, he placed John on a bench, then lifted a barbell and set it down gently, faking the scene that John was crushed to death by the barbell. He carefully wiped off the fingerprints on the barbell and put John's hand on it. After doing all this, he returned to his room, waiting for the first batch of students to arrive in the morning and find John's body. Only then would he come forward, pretending to know nothing at all. The man's name was Jack, and he owned this gym. However, that day, John found Jack, saying that he had been working out here for a year, coming every day, but his muscles didn't grow as fast as others. He saw Jack making private deals with other students, which seemed to involve some special nutritional supplements. After John's repeated pleas, Jack agreed to sell him the supplements, but those supplements were actually breast milk. Jack's wife, taking advantage of her position, had secretly obtained them from a pediatric hospital, and the quantity was not much. To get rid of John, Jack bought some organic milk powder, lying to him that it was muscle-building protein powder. John drank it happily for a few days, but saw no effect. On the contrary, other students were getting stronger and stronger. So when no one was looking, he quietly took another student's water bottle and compared it with his own milk powder, and indeed found a difference. He immediately went to Jack, demanding a refund, and even threatened to report him to the health department. In the dispute, Jack, in a fit of anger, picked up a barbell plate from the ground and threw it at John. The police who came to investigate found nothing. However, another student at the gym noticed the flaw.
Vending is one of the most.
I suffered from severe cystitis. Every time I went to the toilet, I had to use all my strength. Originally, I was going to be tortured by pain for the rest of my life until he came. His name was Coffee. He was a old black man. The file said he had killed 2 little girls. So I was extremely scared when I saw him. But Coffee spoke very carefully. He said he was afraid of the dark. I guess that Coffee was a mental retard. So I shook hands with him without worry, but when I left the cell, Coffee was already in tears. This piqued my curiosity. Later, a real psychopath came to the prison. His name was Bill. He feigned madness and suddenly attacked. He kicked me in the groin. The cystitis combined with the impact made me in so much pain that I couldn't stand up anymore. Just then, Coffee kept calling my name. I crawled over there through the excruciating pain. He suddenly grabbed my clothes and pulled me to his side. Then he held me with his huge hands. I was completely unable to resist. All I saw was a light bulb on the wall suddenly became extremely bright and then sparked. I felt my body was instantly empty. Coffee let go of his hands entirely, went back to bed. He started to cough. Then a cloud of black flying insects floated out of his mouth and dissipated in the sunlight. Then I went to the toilet. My illness was really cured. At first, I thought it was an accident. But soon I witnessed a second miracle. A mouse was crushed by a prison guard. Coffee reached out his big hand again. I gave the mouse to him. Coffee held it in his palm and activated that power again. A holy light emerged from his hands. He started to gasp painfully again and spat out countless flying insects. The mouse miraculously came back to life. I began to understand that the person I was incarcerating was not a demon. So I took a risk and took Coffee out of the prison to cure the warden's wife who had a brain tumor. He sucked out the illness from her body. But Coffee almost collapsed. He didn't spit out flying insects like before. Soon he returned to the prison. Then he grabbed the prison guard by the neck and stuffed all the flying insects into his mouth. That prison guard was the one who had hurt the mouse before. He was like a soulless person. He walked to Bill's cell and took out his pistol until he had emptied all the bullets in his hand. Coffee punished the bad guys. He held my hand. Then I saw Bill. He had his eyes on those 2 innocent little girls. By the time Coffee arrived, he could only hold them and cry loudly. He wanted to use his divine power to save people, but people regarded him as a demon. I asked him, what should I do? Should I let you go? He shook his head. He didn't want to bear all the sufferings of the world anymore. He just wanted to watch a movie before he died, on the day of the execution. He begged us not to put a hood on him. He said he was afraid of the dark. I promised him. But when it really came to the moment of execution, I just couldn't open my mouth no matter what. It wasn't until I shook hands with him for the last time that I tearfully gave the execution order. I watched him until he was completely dead. I personally wiped out God's miracle. From that day on, I voluntarily applied for resignation later. I lived to be over 100 years old. This was the gift Coffee left me, and also God's punishment for me because I killed an angel with my own hands. I suffered from
Beam.
How did your unit's warrior ethos turn into abuse disguised as toughness? Staff Sergeant Brendan Lockhart ran our platoon like it was Special Forces selection. We were regular infantry, nothing elite about us. But Lockhart had this obsession with making us the hardest unit on base. Started small, extra PT sessions before breakfast, nothing crazy, just push-ups and runs. Said it would build character, make us warriors instead of soldiers. Then it escalated. Lockhart began punishing mistakes with physical exercises that bordered on dangerous. Private Felix Cunningham dropped his rifle during drills. Lockhart made him low crawl through gravel for an hour. Felix's elbows were bleeding through his uniform. Pain is weakness leaving the body, Lockhart would say. Real warriors push through. My buddy Russell Hayworth questioned it once. Asked if maybe we were going too far. Lockhart got in his face, screaming about how soft the new generation was. Made Russell do flutter kicks until he vomited, then kept him going another 30 minutes. After that, nobody questioned anything. We just endured it. The worst was something Lockhart called Warrior Wednesday. Every week, he picked someone to go through Hell Day. 24 hours of non-stop physical punishment disguised as training. You'd start at midnight, firemen carry your buddy up a hill, do it wrong, start over, then low crawl through mud, then more exercises. For 24 straight hours. No sleep, barely any water. Just Lockhart screaming about warrior spirit. Private Sterling Briggs collapsed during his turn. Just dropped unconscious in the dirt. We thought he was faking to get out of it. Lockhart thought so too. Get up, Briggs. Warriors don't quit. But Sterling wasn't moving. His lips were blue, skin cold and clammy. Someone finally called the medic despite Lockhart yelling at us not to. Heat stroke, severe dehydration. Sterling spent 3 days in the hospital. Could have died if we'd waited any longer. Medical asked what happened. Sterling, loyal to the platoon, said he forgot to drink water during regular training. Didn't mention Lockhart or Warrior Wednesday. Things got worse after that. Lockhart became paranoid someone would report him. Started threatening us. Said if anyone went to command, he'd make sure they got the worst assignments possible. Ruin their careers. What happens in this platoon stays in this platoon. We're building warriors here. The brass wouldn't understand. I watched guys develop stress fractures from excessive runs. Saw Trevor Dawson tear his rotator cuff during mandated fight training where Lockhart would make us box each other until someone got knocked down. Nobody reported anything. We were trapped in this cycle of abuse, convinced it was somehow making us better soldiers. The breaking point came during a field exercise. We'd been awake for 48 hours. Lockhart's idea of realistic combat conditions. Private Quincy Sawyer was pulling security, barely conscious from exhaustion. Enemy force stimulation came through. Quincy, half asleep, didn't call it in properly. Lockhart lost his mind. Started screaming, got physical, shoved Quincy backward. Quincy stumbled, fell wrong, landed on a rock, broke his collarbone. The crack echoed across the training area. This time the injury was too obvious to hide. Battalion commander got involved, started asking questions, really digging into our training methods. Lockhart tried spinning it, said Quincy tripped during normal operations. Accidents happen in field training, but something changed in us. Maybe it was seeing Quincy writhing in pain while Lockhart tried to cover his own ass. Maybe we just finally hit our limit. Russell spoke up first. Told the commander everything. Warrior Wednesday, the excessive PT, the threats, all of it. Then Felix backed him up, then Trevor, then me. One by one, the entire platoon broke the code of silence. Lockhart stood there, face red, screaming about betrayal. Called us weak, said we'd never be warriors. Investigation took 2 weeks. They interviewed everyone, documented injuries, reviewed medical records that showed our platoon had triple the injury rate of any other unit. Lockhart got relieved of duty pending court-martial. Charges included.
Eric! Eric! Okay. I tried.
Assault, cruelty, and creating a hostile environment. He faced 10 years in military prison, but here's what nobody expected. During the trial, Lockhart's service record came out. 2 deployments to Afghanistan. Severe PTSD diagnosis he'd been hiding. Therapist reports showing he was trying to relive combat through training because he couldn't cope with civilian garrison life. The guy we thought was just a sadistic bully turned out to be seriously mentally ill. Didn't excuse what he did, but explained it. Court sentenced him to 5 years, reduced rank, dishonorable discharge. He served 3 before getting released. Sterling transferred to a different unit, fully recovered. Made sergeant faster than anyone in battalion history. Became known as one of the best leaders on base. Patient, fair, tough, but never cruel. Russell got promoted too. Now runs a program teaching young NCOs about toxic leadership and how to recognize abuse before it escalates. Felix took early separation. Said the military wasn't for him after everything. Last I heard, he's a high school teacher coaching wrestling. Teaches kids about real discipline versus punishment. Me, I stayed in. Made staff sergeant myself, but I learned the difference between building tough soldiers and breaking human beings. Real warrior ethos isn't about pain. It's about purpose. Training should be hard, but it shouldn't destroy people. 6 months ago, I got an email. Address I didn't recognize. It was from Lockhart. He'd gotten treatment after prison. Real psychiatric care. Wrote to apologize, take full responsibility, explained he'd been projecting his combat trauma onto us. You all deserve better leadership. I'm sorry I failed you. I never responded. Some apologies come too late, but I printed it out. Keep it in my desk as a reminder, because now I'm in charge of training new soldiers, and every single day I make sure they know the difference between discipline and abuse. That's how warrior ethos died in our unit, and how we learned that the toughest thing you can do isn't enduring pain. It's speaking up when something's wrong. How did your unit's warrior...
I get a lot of questions. It's easy to look at this place and think we're rich now, but the truth is poverty is right outside those double French doors. Listen,
I don't hear anything.
because poverty moves in silence. So no intercom, no double ovens.
I thought we were in good financial shape.
The books don't lie. We're barely scraping by.
What are you doing?
Saving money on dry cleaning.
I know you're excited about private school, but I hope being around all those rich kids doesn't change you.
I don't need to worry. This place won't change me. Look, made in China, kind of like our family. Before I'm moving the light bulbs from the hallway, Marvin, we need to save money any way we can.
This place is amazing, but we miss you.
Okay, well, I'm going to see if I could return these light bulbs at the grocery store.
We'll take my car so you can save gas money.
Oh, it's always so nice when I don't have to ask the thing that I wanted to ask.
Whoa, a hot tub.
I'd love to, but it's off limits. We can't afford to heat it up.
Come on, enjoy this thing before you go back to work tomorrow.
When she does the book, she'll see the gas bill.
Take cold showers for a week. The heating bill is the same, and who cares about a lousy light bulb?
I have to admit, these heated floors are amazing.
And an economical way to dry your trunks, huh?
Jessica, we lost track of time.
They let me return 3 light bulbs. Louis, you use the hot tub?
Why would you think I...
It's time for us to go.
Michael Bolton's Cattleman's Ranch. I just wish you would have run this past me first. This is a lot of change.
It really is. So is this. It's your cut of the merchandising.
You got a motel? We can't afford to have fun.
Yes, we can. Michael Bolton gave me a big check for merchandising profits. We're not house poor anymore.
I already factored it in when I ran the numbers.
No, I only just found out myself.
It's all in the books.
Can I see these books?
Okay, fine. We're not house poor. I lied.
Why would you say we're in financial trouble when we're not?
Because I wanted us to buy this house, but I don't want us to enjoy it. It's easy to...
Are you guys playing the floor is lava? Guys, let me make it more fun for you, can I? Let's go. Give me a second. Let's go. You just gotta make it to the roof. All right, little Jimmy, take the lead. Let's go. Good job. Yeah, let's go. Nice. Yo! His legs are gone. All right, guys, see you on the second floor. Hurry up, guys, the lava's rising. Let's go. Yo. Not again. No help allowed. Let's go. You guys are so close. Come on, the roof is right there. Yo, he's swimming up. You got this, Jimmy. So close, Jimmy. How are you gonna get up? What are you doing? Yo, no way. Let's go. It's time for level 2. Are you guys playing the...
Well, this is well timed. You gentlemen mind if I take his spot? If and you play his hand. I would prefer not to.
It's too late. You have regarded the cards. You see them. You play them.
And if I don't,
You play them cards back to Dan.
I'm Buster. Buster Scruggs.
Buster Scruggs. Run from Riata Pass and this pistol.
I'd appreciate it if you deposit your weapon in the receptacle of Swaggy Doors.